Ethan had always loved gardening. His backyard wasn't large, but the little patch of soil where he grew roses, cucumbers, and herbs gave him peace. After long days at work, the smell of soil and the feel of leaves grounded him in a way nothing else could. One autumn afternoon, while hiking deeper into the forest than usual, he noticed something unusual sticking out of the earth. At first, he thought it was just a black pebble. But as he dug it free, he realized it was a seed. Large, oblong, and unnaturally dark, with faint, vein-like lines coursing under its skin as if blood pulsed through it. He turned it in his hand and muttered, "What the hell are you?" He shrugged and slipped it into his pocket, not realizing the mistake he had just made. That night, curiosity got the better of him. He planted it in the center of his garden. The soil around it seemed to swallow the seed eagerly, like a mouth devouring food. He felt uneasy but ignored it. Within a week, the seed sprouted. The plant grew quickly, too quickly. Its stem thickened, its leaves spread wide, glossy, and vibrant. Unlike his other plants, it seemed to glisten even under the moonlight. The first time he buried an apple core by its base was an accident. He had been eating in the garden, tossed the core into the soil, and forgot about it. By the next morning, hanging from one of the twisting branches was a perfectly ripe apple, larger and richer in color than any apple he had seen in his life. Cautiously, he bit into it. Juice spilled down his chin. It was the sweetest, most vibrant thing he had ever tasted. For a brief second, though, the sweetness curdled into something else, something bitter, metallic, almost bloody. His stomach clenched, and a chill ran down his spine. Then the taste passed, leaving only bliss. From that day, he experimented. Carrot tops buried near the roots yielded perfect carrots overnight. A rotting tomato produced an entire cluster of flawless ones. It became a game. One evening, his wife Anna noticed. She picked a strawberry off the plant and gasped, "Ethan, this is impossible. Strawberries don't grow this time of year." He smiled awkwardly. "Guess I've got a green thumb." She ate the fruit and closed her eyes. "It's better than fresh. You could make a fortune selling these." And so he did. At the weekend market, he set up a small stall. The produce gleamed like jewels, untouched by insects or rot. Shoppers stopped, mesmerized. One woman whispered, "This looks like food from heaven." People bought eagerly, not asking questions. Within weeks, Ethan's stall was the busiest at the market. His profits soared. At dinner, his friend Mark slapped him on the back. "You're killing it, man. Where are you even getting this stuff?" Ethan smirked but said nothing. His wife winked at him, proud. But in private moments, Ethan couldn't shake the unease. Every time he ate the plant's produce, he felt something cold coil inside him. Only for seconds. But it was enough. Once, while chewing on a pear, he swore he heard whispers inside his head, faint, plant-like rustling. As weeks passed, he noticed changes in others. His regular customers at the market came back again and again, obsessed. Old Mrs. Callahan, who once greeted him cheerfully, now only stared blankly when passing by, her skin oddly pale with faint greenish veins near her temples. Mark stopped joking and laughing, spending long, quiet minutes staring at the plant whenever he visited. Even Anna seemed entranced. Ethan found her outside at night, her hands gently stroking the plant's leaves as if she were soothing a child. And then the disappearances began. At first, he overheard rumors at the market. A boy had gone missing. A farmer's wife hadn't returned home. Ethan dismissed it. People went missing all the time. But then one of his regulars, a cheerful man who always bought cucumbers, stopped coming. Others, too. Soon, whole families were gone. Uneasy, Ethan tried to stop eating from the plant, but Anna insisted. "You're being ridiculous. Everyone loves your fruits. This is the best thing that's ever happened to us." She kissed him, but her lips tasted faintly of rot. One stormy night, restless and consumed by dread, Ethan went into the garden with a flashlight. The beam flickered across the plant's twisted branches, and he saw something that made his skin crawl. One of the roots pulsed like a beating artery. He followed the roots across the soil. They didn't stop at the garden bed. They had spread outward, tunneling into the ground beneath the shed and even under the fence toward the neighbor's yard. Then he heard it, a muffled moan. Heart pounding, Ethan dug into the soil with his spade. He struck something soft. Pulling back the dirt, he revealed pale flesh. A face, half fused with vines, stared up at him. Its lips were sealed with plant fibers, but its eyes darted wildly, full of horror. Ethan stumbled back, screaming. The soil shifted violently. Figures emerged from the shadows. They were wrapped in cloth-like bandages, their movements stiff and unnatural. From between their wrappings, he saw glimpses of bark-like skin, oozing sap where flesh should have been. Each of them carried something glistening in their hands: hearts, livers, intestines, fresh and dripping. He watched in horror as they carefully buried the organs at the plant's base. Almost instantly, apples and tomatoes swelled from its branches, red and ripe, as though inflated with breath. Ethan's mind reeled. The plant wasn't creating food at all. It was disguising what it was fed. All those fruits, all those vegetables, they weren't food. They were organs. He had been selling organs. He had been eating organs. And the more people consumed them, the more they changed, slowly becoming plant-like, their humanity stripped away. Frozen in terror, Ethan tried to retreat behind the shed. But then, one of the bandaged figures stopped. Its head turned unnaturally slow, until its blank, rapt face stared directly at him. The others followed, turning in unison. Ethan's breath caught in his throat. His legs trembled. The creature tilted its head, then began moving toward him with jerky, deliberate steps. The others followed, dropping their organs into the soil as they advanced. He tried to back away, but the ground beneath him shifted. The soil was soft, warm, and alive. Roots coiled around his ankles like snakes. He could hear them whispering, a chorus of rustling leaves inside his skull. The last thing Ethan saw before the light went out was the plant quivering, its branches reaching greedily toward him, as though it knew it was about to feed again. And then, in the darkness, he felt the bandaged hand touch his shoulder.